Hi, my name is Ryan, and in today's video I'm going to be teaching you how to factor out or solve the quadratic equations without the five-step method, or if you can't use the five-step method. So let's start off with one that you can. So 3x squared plus 8x minus 3 equals 0. Let's start off, multiply. So we have x squared plus 8x minus 9 equals 0. That'll leave us with so you know it's a negative and a positive since it has to turn into a negative and add up to a positive. So that means 9 and 1. And then divide, which will get you 3 and 3x minus 1. And now you just set them both equal to 0. That'll get you negative 3, and then that will get you 1 over 3. So that's the five-step method. But you're not always going to be able to use that five-step method. For instance, say you have a problem like this. And you start off and you say x. This one doesn't need the five-step method, but I mean, you look at it and you're like, well, that doesn't really work. I mean, so there's another formula you can use. It's called the quadratic formula. So what you need to know is ax squared plus bx plus c. The c is the 2, the b is the 5, and then the a would be 1 in this case because there's nothing in front of the x. So the quadratic formula is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So for this case, it would be negative 5 plus or minus the square root of 5 squared minus 4a, which is 1, and c, which is 2, all over 2a. So if you just go ahead and just keep solving, so for negative 5 plus or minus, that would be square root of 25 minus 8 all over 2. And then if you take it up to the top here, and you keep factoring that out or solving for it, so it would be, see there, 17 over 2. And then that, in this case, would be negative 5 plus root 17 over 2, and negative 5 minus root 17 over 2. Those are your two solutions. So for that case, that would be either if you're looking for 0, or if you're trying to factor it into x. So that would be x, let's see, that would be x minus, and then negative 5 plus root 17 over 2, and then that would also be x minus negative 5 minus root 17 over 2. Those are also your other two answers that it could be, depending on what you're trying to find. So let's try another one. Let's try 3x squared minus 10x plus 5. So, let's see. So, of course, we'd start off with the 5-step method because sometimes it'll work, you know. So, x. So, we got first 5-step method. What you doing there, Ryan? Trying to do a little shortcut. X squared minus 10x plus 15. 5-step method. Will it work? So it needs to be 2 negatives, and you know that it has to add up to 15. So let's see all numbers that are going to 10 that add up to 15. So you know 10 is 1, 2, 5, and 10. None of those will, well, you know that those two go into 10, and then you also know that 1, 3, 5, and 15 go into 15. So what you want to do is you want to add up any of these that'll go together, but you can see that none of these go together. So the 1 and the 15 don't add up, and the 3 and the 5 don't add up to 10. So you know that the 5-step method's not going to work. So let's just rewrite that. Let's see, minus 10x plus 5. So go ahead and do the quadratic formula. So negative b plus or minus the square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So we got, so we got negative b, so that would be negative 10 plus or minus the square root of negative 10 squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay, so that would be 10 plus or minus square root of 100, because negative 10 times negative 10 is 100, minus negative 4 times 3 times 5. You can take this either way. You could do 3 times 5 times 4, or 4 times 3 times 5, so that'll get you 60 all over 6. And then what that'll do, so that'll get you 10 plus or minus square root of 40 over 6, which will get you 10 plus or minus 2 root 10 over 6, and then that will get you your final answer of 5 plus or minus root 10 over 3. So that can also be written as 5 plus root 10 over 3, or 5 minus root 10 over 3. So there it has it. That's the quadratic formula. So again, negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And that is your quadratic formula. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was very helpful, and I hope this will help you solve that math problem you couldn't really figure out there a second ago. So, thanks for watching.